Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about improvising on the A section of A Night in Tunisia. I'm not going to go into an enormous amount of detail because Dan Hyam, the brilliant trombonist in the NYJO Ambassadors, talks about this in his segment of the educational video that runs in parallel to our concert. So he talks about these kind of parallel modes of E-flat Mixolydian and D Dorian and how you can weave in between them, alternate between them on this section, which is absolutely right. That's great. But I'm going to talk in slightly simpler terms. There's a kind of arguably slightly simpler option, which is not to think in terms of the full chord scales, but to think in terms of the chord tones of each of those chords. And even though that's only 4 pitches for each chord, that's plenty of material when the chord changes are moving so fast. And in fact, the music itself is progressing with such momentum and such speed that there's plenty of language in there, just in those 4 notes on each chord. So to go through what those are, our E-flat Mixolydian chord tones are obviously going to be E-flat, the tonic, the root, the third, which is the G, the fifth is the B-flat, and our dominant 7th is the D-flat. Okay, and that's the first chord of the sequence, followed up by D minor 7, really. So our root is D, of course, our minor third, F, our A is the 5th, and then our dominant 7th is the C natural. So straight away, if we just play those in root position, alternating, already there's a lot of material there. So my first chord, E-flat dominant 7, and then the D minor 7. Without changing the order of the notes at all, we've already got plenty of kind of scope for kind of melodic invention there, just by playing around rhythmically and perhaps playing around with the order of those pitches a little bit. Okay, so I only really deviated away from the essential chord tones right at the very end there. But by trying to be rhythmically inventive and playing around with the order of those 2 parallel sets of chord tones, hopefully I was able to create an improvisation that was belied the number of pitches that I was actually using.